Today, we're tackling a challenge that I know every single person using AI runs into. We are going to master the art of the prompt, specifically for Gemini, and turn you into an absolute pro.
You know that feeling, right? You ask an AI a question only to get back a response that's, well, it's just so vague and unhelpful that it feels like a complete waste of your time. That frustration is definitely real.
But here's the thing. What if I told you the problem isn't actually the AI? The secret to getting those incredible, specific, and genuinely useful results, it all comes down to how you ask. It's all about the prompt.
That's right. This is where we shift our thinking. You're going to stop being someone who just asks questions and become the AI's director. You're the one in charge, guiding it to create exactly what you need.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get into that AI director mindset. Then, we're going to walk through 5 powerful tricks. Why context is king, how to give the AI a role, teaching with examples, making it think, and finally, defining the output.
So, what does it really mean to be an AI director? Well, it means you're not just passively throwing questions into the void anymore. Nope, you're in the driver's seat, actively designing smart, detailed instructions to get a precise, high-quality result every single time.
Our first trick is probably the most important one: context. Seriously, think of context as the fuel for the AI's engine. Without good fuel, you're not going to get anywhere interesting.
Look at this comparison. A prompt like "write about cars" is a recipe for a boring, generic paragraph. It gives the AI almost nothing to work with. But a strong prompt gives it a topic, a specific focus like battery tech, and even a time frame. See, you're guiding it from vague to valuable.
All right, trick number 2 is where things get really fun and creative. Instead of talking to a generic bot, you're going to give the AI a specific persona, a role to play. And this works so incredibly well because it focuses the AI's massive brain. By telling it to be a marketing specialist, you're tapping into a whole different vocabulary and style. The output is instantly transformed into persuasive, targeted copy. It's a game changer.
Our third trick is all about showing, not just telling. It's a technique called view shot prompting, and it's basically like giving the AI a perfect example to copy. So let's say you want Gemini to write an Instagram caption with a very specific, quirky style. Instead of trying to describe that style, just give it an example of a caption you've already written. The AI will instantly pick up on the pattern, the tone, the humor, the emojis, and replicate it for your new topic.
Now, those first 3 tricks will handle most of what you throw at Gemini. But for the really complex stuff, problems that need actual reasoning, you need to prompt the AI to show its work. This is called the chain of thought technique.
So, instead of just asking for the final answer, you tell the AI to think step by step. This forces it to lay out its entire logical process before giving you the conclusion. For things like math problems or complex analysis, this doesn't just improve accuracy, it also lets you see how it got the answer.
And for our final trick, number 5, we're taking the director metaphor all the way to the end. As the director, you get to decide exactly how the final scene is presented. You're in complete control of the format.
So don't just ask for a summary, ask for it in a table with 3 columns labeled feature, benefit, and target audience. You can tell it to structure its response as a bulleted list for a presentation, a JSON object for an app, whatever you need. Be specific, and you get the exact structure ready to go. So, here's the crucial point. You become a true AI director when you start combining these 5 tricks. Provide rich context, assign a persona, show it examples, ask for its thought process, and define the final structure. This is your complete toolkit for getting professional results every time.
So now, the power is in your hands. You've gone from just asking questions to being a skilled AI director. The only question left is, which one of these powerful tricks are you going to try out first? Go ahead and start creating.